Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, Lady gets the seat behind me. The shrimpening. Something small but petty. Share racist things on Facebook. I'll take your job. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Lady gets the seat behind me. My ex-wife and I were standing in line at the airport of our honeymoon destination, waiting to get checked in and return home. There was quite a bit of a line already, but we were lucky enough to find ourselves near the front of it. When there was only one couple in front of us, two fancy-looking ladies, think Hyacinth Bucket, marched in between the two lines to the front and smugly stood between the lines, being sure their important looks would get them served first. They tried to cut in front of the couple ahead of us, but the young couple was quicker and was able to block the older ladies their path with a surfboard and got checked in. The looks from left and right to everyone around from these ladies were dripping of the contempt for the young couple, and everyone else in line. The two praying mantises, at this point, start eyeballing me and my ex-wife, because we are now their competition for the 2-meter dash to the desk. They, ever so slightly, start shuffling forward to get a bit closer. At this point, the accumulated stress of traveling and my lack of patience with entitled people was getting the better of me, so I asked what they thought they were doing and at the back of the line is, well, at the back of the line. The head Karen, although perfectly capable of understanding and speaking English, resorts to saying a few, demeaning-sounding, things in her, Slavic, language and proceeds to look me up and down like a piece of shit. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a piece of sh*t, but that doesn't mean she gets to look at me with that much disgust. So instead of continuing the non-existent conversation in English, I switch to my dialect so she can have a taste of her own medicine. I, calmly, said a few choice sentences to her, carefully picking my words to make it sound as horrible as possible, fully realizing that only my ex-wife is capable of understanding me and that my dialect sounds like someone having a horrible stroke, which seemed to make secondary Karen realize it wasn't worth it, and she, kind of ashamed, started tugging on head Karen her sleeve to move to the back of the line. Some more things were said by her, some more dirty looks thrown, but they retreated to the end of the line and we got checked in. I am sitting in the plane's middle row, aisle seat, and who walks in? The two Karens. We spot each other, glares from her, grins from me, and it turns out head Karen her seat is the one behind me. From the moment we were off the ground, I reclined my seat all the way back. Having dinner like an ancient Roman, if only they could have hanged my meal from the ceiling so I could have picked it like grapes of a vine. 4 hours into the flight or so, my back started to hurt, but I knew I wasn't going to let it stop me. I'll just stretch it out, unlike her legs, and sit out the remaining 2 hours of the flight. No looks were given by her when we left the plane, and as someone who never reclines their seat, I felt like a boss for having gone through with it all the way to the end. The shrimpening. Let's talk about the shrimpening. To protect my anonymity, I won't give too much background on why I engaged in this act of petty revenge. Let's just say I was recently sharing an apartment with this person and they took some actions that seriously endangered my safety, then put me in a situation where I had to quickly move out and spend a bunch of money to protect myself. The shrimpening is a simple and stealthy method of messing with a shitty person when you have access to their living space. To start, shell and puree some raw prawns into a paste. I used 3 large ones. Spread the paste strategically within this person's bedroom, preferably targeting porous and difficult to clean surfaces. My recommendations: underside of a dresser drawer, bonus points if it's where they keep their underwear, something worn daily. inside of a radiator or heating element. The smell of rotting shrimp starts out a bit icky in the first few days, but soon blossoms into an absolutely foul and all-permeating stank. If your target is unable to locate and clean up the source, they'll continue to suffer from the old shrimpy stinky for at least 3 weeks. Ask me how I know. The best part is the target eventually becomes a bit nose-blind to the shrimp smell. However, their living space and their clothing smells fishy and nasty to others. The fact that this former roommate continues smelling like old shrimp almost a month later has honestly given me so much peace of mind. It's petty, for sure. But so sweet. Something small but petty. Obligatory apology for using mobile. Also, this happened today. This is a very small petty revenge, but I think it will be well understood. My apartment complex has assigned parking that we pay for and has no extra spaces for guests. Occasionally visitors will park in people's spots, be it food delivery, friends of tenants, or just randoms trying to find parking downtown or by the water. I try to be nice about it when people are in my spot, but it's frustrating when you find yourself screwed out of spot you pay for because of someone who doesn't know it's paid parking or just doesn't care. Today I ran into the ladder after dropping off my partner at her job. I followed a vehicle into the lot, not recognizing the vehicle, only to find that they were parking in my spot. I rolled down my window and asked the guy to move because that was my spot, but he just gestured to the empty lot and asked if he really had to move. I told him yes and moved my vehicle so he could get out, but he just kept taking his stuff out of his car because he was bringing something to another tenant. He told me that he would only be a few minutes and that I would have to wait. This kind of pissed me off and it felt sort of entitled. I paid for that spot to be exclusively mine and my partner's in a city where you have to pay for parking. So, since the entrance was one lane, I parked my car by the side entrance, blocking him off, and started unloading my groceries to my third-floor apartment. When I came down he was waiting to leave, so I told him what he told me, that he would have to wait but I would only be a few minutes. I ended up taking 15 minutes while he got more and more annoyed, because I unloaded my groceries and put them away properly. When I had come back down, I thought he would have pulled up behind me, to block me and pressure me into exiting the lot and re-entering after he left, but he had backed into one of the other spots to make way for me. It was small, petty, and possibly overkill, but don't park in the spot I pay for. Share racist things on Facebook. I'll take your job. So I had recently found a new job that pays significantly more than my current position, and around the same time my current workplace had a supervisor position open up and I was informed that I was offered the position. I told them I respectfully declined, so they opened the job up to other staff to apply. Well, about a week goes by and they let me know that one of my close coworkers has been selected and they are finalizing the promotion, and at first I couldn't be happier for him. However, a day later out of nowhere I saw him share several blatantly racist things on Facebook and saw him rant on his hate of immigrants. I am one of them, by the way, and I couldn't believe what I was reading. Well, I emailed my boss and told him if the offer was still there I would gladly accept. It's only a few grand less than new job would have been, and I got it without question. If you're gonna hate on immigrants taking your job, then I'll give you a reason to complain. Oh, what makes it better is I've only been at this job for about an eighth of the time he has, and from what other staff has told me, he's been complaining 8 hours a day non-stop. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.